But the one thing he said they cannot deal with is exposure. No conspiracy can deal with exposure. Once the truth is out and the people understand, then they have problems. And I am saying that the power of any government is in the people, that there is a tremendous power in the hands of the people of America if they would just wake up, because they are the power of this country. The people decide what will happen, and the people have allowed these things to happen and allowed them to continue to go their way and be entertained, and that is the problem that we're facing, not only with the religious and political leaders that are part of this, but the real problem is the people have allowed it to happen.
All right, what we're going to do today is we're going to walk you back into history. I'm trying to walk you guys backwards so you can see that where we're at right now is not a coincidence, and where we're going, you're not going to like it, okay? So first off, what we have to do is we have to understand that we're trying to usher in a new world order.
The President, George Bush, has talked time and time again about a new world order. And this is the best chance to begin to establish the new world order. And that's why the stakes are so high. It's not just Kuwait. It's not just Iraq. It is a question far more fundamental than that.
What is at stake is more than one small country. It is a big idea, a new world order, where diverse nations are drawn together in common cause to achieve the universal aspirations of mankind: peace and security, freedom, and the rule of law.
Let's make a very complex issue as simple as possible for the people's benefit. The New World Order really consists of three aspects. There is a New World political system that everyone today is calling the New World Order. As well as that, there is an economic plan for the New World Order, and that is called the New World Economic Order. In addition to those two items, there's a third plan for religion. You see, the planners of the world know that men need a religion of some kind, even if it's a false one. So they have a plan to give us a new age world global occultic religion. So really there's three aspects to this new world order. A new world economic order in which a computer chip will be injected into our hands or foreheads as a means to track, control, and identify us, and will also be used to make our purchases and scan it.
Well, they've already put the program in Los Angeles. In fact,
Right.
a trilateralist named Mayor Bradley, Uncle Tom Bradley, was responsible for putting this in dogs.
Right.
And your children will be considered like animals.
As I was saying, it implies those who hold the light, the enlightened ones, and they sent us a statue. As a matter of fact, those ancient Illuminatis sent us a statue called the Statue of Liberty. It's holding the torch of illumination, which is the Promethean torch of Freemasonry. And if you go to the Statue of Liberty, you'll see a bronze plaque inside saying that this was given to the government of America by the French Grand Orient Temple Masons. And it is a symbol of Grand Orient Freemasonry in America, the holder of the light. That's exactly the same torch that is carried during the Olympics. It is the torch of Prometheus.
It's not the torch of freedom.
No, it's not the torch of freedom.
Of the Illuminati.
Illumination.
So essentially, in a nutshell then, Jordan, these men whom we tend to call or group in an organization called the Illuminati. It's a loose-knit but tightly secretive organization.
Well, operating through the Council on Foreign Relations, through the Trilateral Commission, through the Club of Rome, through Global 2000, which wants to reduce the population of the planet by, 25%. 25, that's 1,250,000,000 people have to be exterminated by the year 2000.
Well, they can do that.
So essentially, this Illuminati then is the group of men who control not only all the money on the planet through all the world banks and the Federal Reserve and so on, but they control essentially all the governments. And so these men are planning to bring about a global form of government that's unique in all history. It's a total enslaving system of world communism and fascism, controlled by a hierarchy in Europe that Anthony calls what? The oligarchy.
Well, no, I call it the evilarchy.
The evilarchy.
The oligarchy of evil.
So these men are satanically inspired, and of course we get that term from the Bible, which means the devil. They're satanically inspired to bring about a global form of government to every nation on earth.
It's pretty interesting information about the Statue of Liberty. I don't know if you guys have ever looked into that stuff, but he's telling you the truth. All right, now what we're going to do is I'm going to break out a document from 1871. The following letter was written in 1871 regarding a conspiracy involving 3 world wars. They were planned in an attempt to take over the world. The Pike letter to Giuseppe Mazzini was on display in the British Museum Library in London until 1977. I wonder why that is. Why did they take it away in 1977? Mazzini was an Italian revolutionary leader in the mid-1800s, as well as the director of the Illuminati. Albert Pike, historical Masonic figure, was the 33-degree Freemason occultist, Grand Master, and creator of the southern jurisdiction of the Masonic Scottish Rite Order. You got that? This is all legit. And you can look this stuff up for yourself, okay? Please share this video with your friends. The First World War. Now, we're going to listen to the world wars because we have these in our rearview mirror. And we're going to listen to the Third World War because we might have that out the front windshield. The First World War must be brought about in order to permit the Illuminati to overthrow the power of the czars in Russia and of making that country's fortress an atheistic communism. The divergences caused by the agentur agents of the Illuminati between the British and the Germanic empires will be used to foment this war. At the end of the war, communism will be built and used in order to destroy the other governments in order to weaken the religions. Remember, I told you guys that Christianity is under attack. I'm still going to do my video about that. But I'm telling you guys, okay? Christianity is under attack. This is all by design, all right? This is a long game that I don't think you guys understand how long it really is. Long game. They've had babies, and they're teaching them how to do this stuff, okay? The Rockefellers, Rothschilds, the Pelosi's, Schumer, all these people are in on this stuff, and I said it. The Second World War. Now let's think about the Second World War. It must be formed by taking advantage of the difference between the fascists and the political Zionists. Right? Hitler and the Jews. Pay attention, folks. We're going in. You won't get this information anywhere else, I promise you. I'm just trying to help you out, okay? But this is serious stuff, and it's all 100% legitimate, all right? Just use your own ears and eyes and do your own research. Don't believe anything that I say because I'm not going to tell you what you should think, but I am going to give you a lot to think about. The Second World War must be formed by taking advantage of the difference between the fascists and the political Zionists. This war must be brought about so that Nazism is destroyed and that the political Zionism be strong enough to institute a sovereign state of Israel in Palestine. Did you hear that? Share this with your friends. During the Second World War, international communism must become strong enough in order to balance Christendom, which would then restrain and held in check until the time when we will need it for the final social cataclysm. You guys paying attention? Here we go. The Third World War must be fomented by taking advantage of the differences caused by the agentur of the Illuminati between the political Zionists and the leaders of the Islamic world. If you guys think any of this stuff that's over there is happening right now is all just like because of October 7th, you are sadly mistaken, and you've been set up, and I've been trying to warn you guys. I hope this video stays online. Please share with your friends as fast as you can. That's no joke, man. This is some serious stuff, and I don't know how this is going to be taken on the platforms, okay? How they're monitoring this stuff, all right? Listen closely. The war must be conducted in such a way that Islam, the Muslim Arabic world, and political Zionism, the state of Israel, mutually destroy each other. Meanwhile, the other nations, once more divided in this issue, will be constrained to fight to the point of complete physical, moral, and spiritual and economical exhaustion. We will unleash the nihilist and the atheist, and we shall provoke a formidable social catalysm which in all its horror will show clearly to the nations the effect of absolute atheism, origin of savagery, and of the most bloody turmoil. Okay? Then everywhere the citizens obligated to defend themselves against the world minority of revolutionaries will exterminate those destroyers of civilization, and the multitudes disillusioned with Christianity, dietistic spirit will from that moment be without compass or direction, anxious for an idea but without knowing where to render its adoration, will receive the true light through the universal manifestation of the pure doctrine of Lucifer, brought finally out in the public view. And I think we've been seeing it fully out in the public view like for at least 5 years minimum. The manifestation will result from the general reactionary movement which will follow the destruction of Christianity and atheism, both conquered and exterminated at the same time. Man, I hope you guys are paying attention. I am not making this stuff up. I have absolutely no reason to do this, okay? And I just found it interesting a little bit about the guy who wrote this letter, Pike. I'm going to give you guys a little bit about him real quick before we get out of here, okay? And I just want you guys to share this video, understand this information. This is no joke anymore, okay? This is serious, and you can listen to the 3 world wars and see with your own ears, hear with your own ears. This is none of that stuff, none of this stuff that we're living through, okay, has been a coincidence or naturally flowing. We're being manipulated every step of the way, our whole lives. And that's another reason why they grabbed a hold of the education system. Now listen, Freemasonry. Pike first joined the Fraternal Independent Order of Oddfellows in 1840. He next joined the Masonic Lodge, where he became extremely active in the affairs of organization. In 1859, he was elected Sovereign Grand Commander of the Scottish Rites Southern Jurisdiction. He remained Sovereign Grand Commander of the remainder of his life, a total of 32 years, devoting a large amount of his time to developing rituals and order of the order. Notably, he published a book called Morals and Dogma of the Ancient and Accepted Scottish Rite of Freemasonry in 1871. See if you can find that book anywhere. I'm going to be hunting for it right now. I've been getting a lot of books lately, of which there were several subsequent editions. This helped the order grow during the 19th century. He also researched and wrote the seminal Tristi Indo-Aryan deities and worship of as contained in the Rig Veda. In America, Pike is still considered an eminent and influential Freemason, primarily in the Scottish Rite Southern Jurisdiction. Now check this out. Pike died in Washington, D.C. Very good, right? At the age of 81, he was buried at Oak Hill Cemetery, and burial was against his wishes. He actually wanted to be cremated. They didn't even honor his wishes. In 1944, his remains were removed from the House of the Temple headquarters of the Southern Jurisdiction of Scottish Rite. A memorial to Pike is located in the Judiciary Square neighborhood of Washington, D.C. He is the only Confederate officer with an outdoor statue in Washington, D.C. All right? I am bringing you guys the news you can use. If you think anything over there is going on right now is organic and just happens to be happening and it's going to die down, you're sadly mistaken. We are at the end, and I fully believe this stuff. It's hard to wrap your head around it, but I do believe that we are at the end of these master plans. And if you look at all their stuff, I did the video about Agenda 21. That's now Agenda 25. 1 year out. We're 1 year out from 2025. And some of their agendas are just right around the corner. They're going breakneck speed to implement all this stuff. And I hope you guys are paying attention. And we showed you guys real time in the weather video how they straight up did all those tornadoes last night all through Oklahoma. I mean, you cannot even deny it. They're charging the atmosphere with radar pulses. We showed it all real time. Everything that's happening right now is a plan, okay? And I just want you to understand so you can, you know, stay in prayer, not fall for the hype, okay? Because it's going to take us falling for the hype. And it's just awareness. It's just telling your friends, okay? See you guys on the next video.
The people decide what will happen, and the people have allowed these things to happen and allowed them to continue to go their way and be entertained, and that is the problem that we're facing, not only with the religious and political leaders that are part of this, but the real problem is the people have allowed it to happen.